innovative marketing products such as USB drives. I mean, I even got some like shit that's DJs. You know, DJs love this. They pop it right in the Serato and they go. You know, so these are things that you need to think of when you're doing your artist brand versus your company's brand. There's a fine line. Performing on stage is not branding. Branding is aligning yourself with products or putting your logo out there along with other logos on banners, like I said, or gift bags, or being a part of events. So that's the way to stand apart from the 5 million hip-hop artists that are out there.
I like to say where you can stand out is by being original, by being yourself. I don't want to hear the next Jay-Z. I don't want to hear the next 50 Cent. I want to hear you. And when you come out patterning yourself after another artist and, you know, in every single way imaginable, I can hear your rhyme schematics are based on this particular rapper or whatever the case may be. I don't want to hear that. That's not making you stand out. That's making that dude stand out, actually. You're bigging them up because we can hear that you're trying to be like this dude. Just be yourself, and a lot of times that in itself will help you stand out.
Well, my point is that, you know, the internet was supposed to free us, right? We all talk about how the majors do this wrong and all that stuff. But the thing is, nobody thinks out the box. Everybody markets their product exactly like the major labels market. You do your single, you do your mixtape, you do your video. It's about thinking outside the box. When Razkaz went on that site and crowdsourced his, you know, album where people had to fund it and everything, so many of the comments from our community was, oh, this nigga broke. Why is he, you know, why is he doing that? Why can't he just pay for it himself? No, what he did was smart, because a lot of rock groups, like, you know, use that type of promotion. They get out there and they get not only the music press, they get the tech press as well. So many of us are stuck and still doing the same shit that the major labels do. We're indie. We got the internet as a liberator. Let's think outside the box. Let's not put shit out the same way they did. I mean, there's so much everybody can do, but everybody's still locked in that same way. So don't talk about tout on the website about being indie and you still trying to do your shit like a major when you're not.
Just to go a little bit off of that, I mean, on a very low basis, a lot of times when you go out and you see these shows now, these showcases that are happening, a lot of times these people haven't really, more so for rappers, you see the same thing over and over again. They really don't have a show. So I would say more so focus on getting your craft together. Study what your mic sounds like. Study what you're going to do on stage. Put a show together from point A to point B. Have a good, consistent 6 minutes of show. It doesn't take for you to get on stage for a half an hour to do a show because nobody knows your material. So if you're going to do something that's going to make you stick out, hit them with a real good bang for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. A real solid show will separate you from the pack of everybody else doing something for a half an hour that gets real boring. If that's what sticks out for me. When I go see these showcases and I go to these indie shows and I see these places, I don't want to see a 45-minute show of something that I don't know. That's left for Jay-Z's and the Mary J. Blige because we know the catalog. But if I'm going to go see a new artist and they're trying to get on, give me 2 great songs that I'm going to remember when I walk off that stage right there that I just saw y'all, and I want to come back to the next show. That's what I think.
Leave him wanting more. That's the key. That's what a big dog in this game told me. Leave him wanting more. This is not your Madison Square Garden moment and all your peoples come there and you got to do every song and they the only ones that know it. He told you right.
You know, the overall layout of what everybody has actually stated was definitely correct. I also look at etiquette. You know, you get a lot of times I get a wealth of calls via artists per wherever, and some have no phone etiquette. It's hard to converse with them, and not to say that I'm not an individual from the hood. I am. That's where I'm based out of. But I'm dealing with multiple personalities, and sometimes, you know, I may have a day. You know, I may have a day, but you know, when you get a person that gets on the phone and, you know, clearly demands or they talk reckless to you, you know, you gotta you know, prep yourself for that. You know, so a lot of times, you know, a lot of individuals are thrown off based off the fact that they have no phone etiquette. Sometimes individuals also should prepare themselves on how to approach individuals. You know, some people are aggressive. I don't have no problem with being aggressive, but being aggressive and professional at the same token. I see that there's a lot of individuals in this game that transition from one life to the other life, and so when they transition from one life to the other life, they don't know how to deal with people on a one-on-one basis. So, you know, sometimes that throws me off too. You know, I'm just being real. You know, I'm dealing with multiple people. Sometimes I got my days, but, you know, when someone jumps on you, you're like, wow, you know, do I deal with this individual? Because of the fact that at the end of the day, he is talented, but he has nothing else that, you know, will allow me to establish a strong cohesion with, you know? So it's just actually, you know, doing homework and preparing yourself. Because if you feel that you're ready for the world, you still have to have a package.
You know, I just wanted to add something. I'm sorry I cut you off. The other thing that would separate you from the pack too is there's a lost, the etiquette was what made me think about this. Ask them if they need something. If you go to any DJ or if you go to a producer, there's such thing called a barter system. Like it works the same way. Like sometimes we forget that you're trying to get somewhere, but the DJ may need you to do something for him. And it won't cost you nothing but to just do that, and you might get your record played a lot faster, you might get a drop or anything. Think about what you can trade for what you need. If you don't have the finances to get there, barter systems do work, and they still get you further than what you think.
Could be something small, like bringing them coffee and donuts or something. For real. That's going to stand out in somebody's mind, for real.
Absolutely.
And ladies, please don't barter. Bartering.
Yeah, those,
but let me an example of barter system is Hip Hop Friends. I'm an artist too myself, you know. I use my artistry as a marketing tool for my company. Music doesn't make money for me, period. It's not gonna make money for nobody either. You gotta be a brand. So I use my music as a marketing vehicle, but how I established the barter system was I created a webcast radio station called Hip Hop Friends Online. We had 1.5 million listeners. We had core DJs on there, Definition DJs, Hitman DJs, Spin Club DJs, and that's how I basically I would hand my music and they would hand their mixes back to me. So it was kind of a working relationship between the two parties, and that's how DJs basically would play my music because they were like, you're playing my mix already. And I recommend artists to build with each other too. Don't think of yourself, meaning build a blog and network with these artists and put their bios on your blog so you collect their audience and fan base together, you know? Don't think of you have a couple of fans, but every artist in this room has fans too and a surrounding. So if you network with them and build blogs, or in my situation, I built a webcast radio station where I interacted with DJs and basically created a paper trail not only for my tracks, but basically with the DJs mixes. And that's how you build a relationship. The barter system, trust me, like I said, it works.
And real quick, just to piggyback off everything they said, me being a manager, and about originality for me, you know, when I hear someone or someone come to me, especially up-and-coming artists, Lord Jamal's absolutely right. Originality means more to me than I'm hearing the next person. Because me being a manager, I'm gonna fight for you. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna push what you're trying to be. I'm not gonna try to make you be somebody you're not. I'm not gonna try. No, we don't need the next this. But at the end of the day, you have to believe in what you're trying to present to the public, what you're trying to present to the world, and stick to that. Don't let nobody from labels, A&Rs, you may get discouraged. They might not like your sound. To be honest, Jay-Z was turned down many times. And now look at him. He just kept coming. And that's what it's about. Stick to what you believe in, what is true to your personality, and that's it. And like I said, me being a manager, that's what I'm going to look for. And I will work with you and I'll push that to the end until somebody bends. Because at the end of the day, the grind is sooner or later going to make somebody bend. Because when they see the work and they see the productivity and you keep coming, you're going to bend somebody. So just stick to who you really are, and don't give up. That's the bottom line. Don't give up on who you really are, and it's going to pay off in the end.
Okay. Well, what are some of the common mistakes that artists? Oh, I'm sorry. What are some of the common mistakes that artists make on embarking on their marketing campaigns? You want to hit it first?
Not having one.
I would sometimes say hiring friends, because really, friends sometimes may not be the right individual for the job. You know, I mean, like, you know, of course they support you, they'll throw your t-shirts on, stuff like that, but they may not know marketing strategies or guerrilla marketing strategies that are correct. So I would say sometimes wasteful product, sometimes product is wasted or distributed wrong. Maybe you're in front of the club, you're dishing out flyers, everybody's gonna toss the flyer on the floor, so that's a wasted product. You know, that's wasted 3-4 cents or 10 cents even. So sometimes those mistakes add up. If you think about it, you cut 1,000 CDs and you get no feedback back, or no numberage back, or no viral campaign back from that 1,000 cut. That's a failure right there. You know. So you kind of, everything you do or any dollar you spend on your music career, you kind of have to get some type of feedback, numberage back that you could exploit to the next level, you know?
True.
If it's internet radio spins, you take that, you bring that to a publicist. If it's a mixtape being downloaded thousands of times, you could take that to the next DJ, a bigger DJ that you know, to host it, you know, stuff like that. So you got to kind of put that in perspective, and you know.
And be careful who you choose to do your marketing. If someone tells you that they can, I mean, like I said earlier with a PR person, same thing with a marketing person. How can I promise that I'm going to be able to market your product if you're not a marketable artist? Your look may not be right. I couldn't come out talking about I'm going to be a swimsuit model tomorrow. Who's going to market me? So you must make sure that certain things are in line. And other mistakes, a photo shoot, for instance. You know, you guys do the camera phone photo shoots, or the, you know, and you go and add the little, you know, the photo funia and the different features to it, and you actually put that on something and market it. Well, you know, it doesn't take that much to be serious about your career, honestly, because a photo shoot, honestly, you can find a really good one for a really good price. If you're patient and you wait around, check out the people's work. If someone else has been very successful at marketing, then they'll have numbers to show. They'll have artists. Even the same thing with PR. If someone tells you they've been in PR for 25 years, and they can't give you one successful campaign that they've done, are you going to really pay them? Like some of us have a minimum budget of about $3,000. You got to pay them $3,000 a month, and you don't even know if they can really perform what they can do. And the other mistakes is, ladies, I know the guys are not going to tell you, and this room is full of men, but tell your friends and your sisters and everyone. A bad marketing campaign, honestly, you cannot market yourself as just sex or just a groupie, because you will never be known as nothing more than the groupie. I don't care what he promises you. If you approach him as, you know, hey, what do you need? You have that question, just ask what they need? No. Because they're going to tell you really what they need, and that need may be one that you can meet. Or you probably can, but that's not the way you want to do things. So, and then, you know, you'll get the name in the industry, and everybody knows it. You'll be known only as what you're good for in that moment, because at that time you haven't released a successful record. So